Not the major podcast. Back at it again. I know I've been gone for a minute and I missed out on a lot of amazing topics because of my absence. But hey, I'm back. And you know what they say is better late than never. So even though these topics is pretty, it's pretty old. I should have been spoke up on it, but I wasn't, I wasn't doing the podcast at the time. But that's neither here nor there. And one of the topics that I missed that I really want to talk about was the whole George Floyd situation and police brutality and excessive force and murdering people and all this stuff. This has been going on for a long time. It's been going on since before I was even born. If we go back to the Rodney King era, you know what I'm saying? Like, this has just been going on, and there's been so many tragedies that's happened to let us know that police brutality, it exists. And then on top of that, you got a justice system, a justice system that protects law enforcement when they do bogus stuff out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? They protect them. They give them the minimum punishment when it comes down to them out here messing up and committing crimes, because that's what they doing, committing crimes. They killing people, false documents. This is all bad. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful out here. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, especially if you living in poverty or you just the wrong in this ethnicity. You could be, this has been going on for a decade. So it is what it is. Video evidence. Rodney King video. The Rodney King beating. It was a video to that. 4 officers was charged with excessive force, and all 4 of them was acquitted. Even though it was video to prove that they went overboard. It was an overbeat. Just like something is an overkill, it was an overbeat. They overdid it. It was excessive force and attempt murder. I throw that out there too. It was definitely attempt murder. But anyway, this George Floyd. Fast forward 29 years later, we still fighting the same stuff, Joe. 29 years later, we still fighting for a fair justice system to deal with law enforcement when they think that they're above the law. They break the law, commit a crime, and it's caught on HD video, Joe. HD video. And we are just hoping and praying and protesting that the justice system be fair to the people. Just be fair. Cause me as a black man, cause like y'all like to talk about black on black crime, like, well, what about black on black crime? Cause me as a black man, if I go out here and I commit a crime and it's recorded video and it's clear as day that I done killed the person, you best believe I'm finna go to jail. I'm finna go to jail for life. They go throw the book at me, the desk, the gavel, all that. They gonna let me have it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna play no games with me. And it's definitely not gonna be no ongoing investigation. It's definitely not gonna be no ongoing investigation if I go out there and commit a crime and it's on camera. I'm caught in the act. What? Heck, Joe. That's over with. That's definitely not gonna happen for me. So that's the difference between black on black crime. I'm gonna go ahead and get that, situated real quick. The difference is if I was going to have to commit a crime, especially to another black person, and I do it, I'm definitely going to do the time for it. But you got law enforcement, when they go out here and they commit the same crime and it's caught on camera, it's an ongoing investigation. They get the minimum penalty, whatever, that is. It's just, they got that privilege. You know what I'm saying? So if we want a fair justice system, let's just be real. Got to get them too. They should be doing life sentences too. And I think that'll help with officers not doing it so often, because they know they're going to get punished. If you out here holding them to the same standards that you hold civilians to, I don't think they'll be out here harassing people, excessive force and all that. I don't think none of that'll even be an issue if they was punished for it accordingly, fairly, just like the citizens is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just crazy that it's 2020 and we still talking to grown people. We're fighting that grown people understand that you don't treat somebody wrong just because of they live in poverty or because their ethnicity. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is grown people. We got to say, hey, don't treat them wrong because of the color of their skin, or hey, don't treat them wrong because they poor, not even poor, just not, they just not upper, they just not rich, you know what I'm saying? They ain't living in Beverly Hills or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying, the uppity neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't knocking on people for being rich, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, we all human beings, rich or poor, no matter your race, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Like, we all human beings at the end of the day, and we all are important to somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's somebody, son, mother, daughter. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get where I'm coming from. Y'all catch my drift. I shouldn't even have to explain this to y'all. Y'all should already know. But it's something I missed out on. I want to speak on, man. It's messed up that it took this tragedy to happen with George Floyd. And this is about both of these cases. This is very important, y'all. I want y'all to really pay attention to this. It's very important. On both of these cases, if you look at Rodney King, and this is just two that I'm just, comparing all that. I know it's a list. It's a long list. It's a long list. I could use multiple. So many different examples I could use. But we just going to use Rodney King and we going to use George Floyd. Even though Rodney King didn't die, thank God. But both of these things was minor offenses. Like, you had Rodney King. Okay, he was in Los Angeles on the expressway, and the highway patrolman, they tried to pull him over. And, he did try to escape. He did try to get up out that jam because he had been drinking, and he was already on probation for a robbery. So it was like, yeah, he did try to get up out that jam, but he eventually pulled over. And when he pulled over, it was just downhill from there. It was all bad. All because he tried to, escape because he been drinking and driving and he didn't want to get caught. It was like some petty, you know what I'm saying? Nigga stuff, you know what I'm saying? That's all it was, you know what I'm saying? But the police just went overboard with the beating they gave that man. Now, fast forward 29 years later, George Floyd alleged, because we don't even know yet, this man alleged fraud or something. It was alleged fraud. And y'all killed this man. You put your knee in this man's neck for 8 minutes and however many seconds. I want to say 42 seconds. 8 minutes and 42 seconds. You had your knee on this man's neck after he repeatedly told you that he couldn't breathe. He was handcuffed on the ground on his stomach. And you kept your knee on this man's neck until he took his last breath. Come on, man. And this is grown people. We got to tell this to y'all. I want y'all to really keep that in mind. This is grown people, grown men and women that we have to tell this to. Sad. But anyway, finna get to these phone lines. We go call some people, get their opinion on it, see how they feel about it. Hit up a couple of my friends, you know what I'm saying? Let them go ahead and speak their piece because I know they want to, because, this, even though I'm late on speaking about it, I know it's a lot of people that still want to share their opinion on this whole situation. And I'm just glad that other races, different people that's from different background, different ethnicities, and, they coming forward and they just standing for what's right, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day, right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good thing to see them out there protesting, and, they just with it, y'all. They just with it. They ain't trying to hear that no more. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the justice system is just failing the people, Joe. They just failing us right in our face. So, yeah, we finna get into these phone calls and see what my family and friends and, fans think about this. All right, I got Big C on the line right now. He tuned in with us. We finna get his opinion and see how he feel about this whole George Floyd situation. Big C, say what's up to the people, Joe.
Yo, Big C checking in. What's going on?
Man, I had to bring you back on, bro. That last episode we did together went crazy, bro.
It definitely did, bro. I definitely appreciate you. What's up?
Man, I just want to get get your opinion on this whole George Floyd situation. What you think gonna happen? How you think the
Man,
outcome gonna be, man?
the whole situation crazy, man. I mean, I'm praying for a good outcome, but I just really don't feel like it's going to play in our favor as a people. I just don't feel like it's going to work out in our favor
So what you
due
think?
to the judicial system being so fucked up already.
True. So what you saying? Like, you feel like do you feel like they gonna get some time? You think they gonna get the not guilty or the guilty? Like, how you think it's gonna play out?
I feel like everybody involved will get time. I just feel like it's not going to be the time that us as a people don't feel like they should have. Even
Right.
the guy who actually physically killed George Floyd, I don't feel like he's going to get the time that he needs to have. I
Mm.
feel like they may get a slap on the wrist. I'm not saying they're going to let anybody out, but the time not going to match the crime. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Because we've already seen it. We've already seen it. We've already seen it so many other times.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true.
we just got to wait and see and just hope for the best.
But man, you know what I say, bro? Like I was just talking about on the podcast too, bro. I'm like, man, it's crazy that it's 29 years later since the Rodney King beating. 29 years later, here we are again. George Floyd, 4 police officers, just like the Rodney King, 4 police officers. All along was acquitted, and that beating was caught on camera. It was clear evidence and everything, and they still got off, bro. So it's like, man, like I just hope that the justice system, just give us justice, bro. Just let it be a fair system. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
period.
Yeah. I mean, I hope that they do, especially since you kind of can't. They can't. No lawyer or anybody could justify the reason for doing what they did because it was all on camera.
And he was
So
handcuffed.
it's
He was handcuffed
right.
on his stomach, and he
And
said
that man had no reason to be killed. No reason to be killed. So nobody can really justify the reason that it was done.
mm,
So I kind of hope the judge kind of be, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he can get a lawyer, but what the fuck can a lawyer really do when you see clear there in the video that the man had on handcuffs and he sat there and killed that man for no reason? He didn't have to restrain him because he was already restrained.
and you
So it's kind of, in my opinion, it's really no trial. Like, there's nothing to take to court. It's either life, death, or give him some time. But I think he need life in prison.
and you know
I
what,
think he need
bro?
life in prison.
I agree. Especially the one who has his knee in his neck. I definitely feel like he deserves life. The other ones, I do think they deserve some time, definitely some time. I ain't gonna say how much time, but I definitely do feel like they deserve it. But you know what's crazy too, bro? Like when police officers go on trial and they fight these cases, like when a regular civilian go on trial and they fight a case, if they fight a case and it's clear as day that they guilty and they still continue to go ahead and fight that case, they get them more time. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they cop out and take a plea
Right,
and just go ahead and say that they guilty because they know they did it, especially when the evidence is just clear as day, just like it is with this George Floyd case. It's like whenever the evidence is clear as day that you did something, your best bet is to plead guilty because at least you will get some less time or they'll try to work with you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel
right,
like
right, right, right.
if they do take this case to trial, even though that they, especially the one who had his actual knee in his neck, I feel like if they do take this case to trial, which he should just go ahead and plead guilty. But if they do take it to trial, they should treat him like how they treat a regular civilian who fight a case when his clear as day is he guilty. Give him the maximum penalty for wasting
Right.
everybody time when you know what you did was wrong. That's how I look at it. That's how they'll do a regular civilian.
That's definitely how they do it.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
So
absolutely right.
yeah, bro, it's crazy, bro. So
Yeah, it's wild, bro. It's definitely wild, man. I just pray that, like I said, the system do what's right this time because in the past they ain't really nothing has really worked out in our favor. So hopefully with this and with this being the broad daylight and on camera, they see it clear as day that it works in our favor. Because if it don't, I don't see shit turning down no time soon. I think it's gonna be even worse.
right.
It's gonna be even worse. So yeah, we just gotta wait and see. I think the entire situation in itself is crazy, man. I just, you know what I'm saying, just continue to just, man, pray for his family because they got to be a lot, especially for that shit to be on camera and that shit gonna be on the internet for forever.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
his daughter gonna be able to Google and watch that shit 10 years from now.
She probably
You
already
know what I'm
seen
saying?
it.
Right, but she's young, so she probably ain't really understand it. You know what I'm saying? But 10 years from now, she gonna be able to Google that shit like, damn, these motherfuckers killed my dad. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Like
right.
that's gonna be hard, man. Yeah, people's gonna have to deal with her lashing out because of it, because you know how she is now.
So
So
that if
the whole entire situation itself fucked up.
So if we don't get the outcome we want, what'll be the next step? Like what should the people do next?
I mean, just all we can do is just continue to protest, and just continue to fight. That's
True.
all we can do.
Right.
That's all we can do. But if they don't do us right, then it's letting other officers know that it's okay. That's why
Yeah.
I feel like they got to make an example out of them. Like they got to make an example out of those officers,
Yeah.
every last one of them. Because if they don't, it's, they're just gonna continue to think that what they do is okay.
Yeah, and they gonna think they gonna be able to get away with it.
Right? And
That's
they
what.
can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yup.
So yeah, they definitely got to hold them to the same. They got to hold them to some serious consequences, and make them start doing serious time, just like they'll make a regular civilian do, just to let them know that it's not tolerated. You know what I'm saying? So just to let them
Yep.
know, just because you law enforcement, you're not above the law. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
yeah,
They don't have to.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree.
They don't have to, man. So we just gotta wait and see.
Man, Big C, I appreciate you for coming through and giving us your opinion on the whole George Floyd situation, on the justice system and all that. Appreciate you, bro.
Man, I appreciate you having me back on, man. Anytime, bro.
All right,
Anytime.
most definitely. I'm gonna call you tomorrow at 3:30 a.m. in the morning, big dog.
I bet.
No, I'm talking shit, bro. I ain't gonna call you that early, bro.
I know you. You funny to say it. About 3:30. Yeah, I bet.
All right, big dog. Appreciate you.
All right, bro.